I will check our next data structure, that is dictionary. Now, dictionary is the name of a collection. Actually, name of class is dict, D-I-C-T, dict. So dictionary is similar like arrays or list, but it works with keys. Means it is a collection of key value pairs instead of single value. It's like just in case of in case of list, every element is having an index value. So you can consider index as a key, and that value, actual value, you can consider as a value. So on the same line, in case of dictionary, is a collection of key and value pairs. The collection of key and value pairs, and you can access individual elements by providing key. Okay, so here you can see how we can create a dictionary. Dictionary enclosed in braces. So here first this is a key, then colon, then this is value. Key can be any object, value can be any object. These keys can be integer, fractional number, string, whatever. And value also can be anything. It can be integer, string, whatever. This is how we can create dictionary here. Okay. Next, dictionary with mixed key is also possible. Means one key can be integer, second can be fractional number, third can be string value. And on the same line, just how we have seen in case of list, set, tuple, there is a dict function. So here in this case, we can create a dictionary by using existing sequence here. We'll check now how we can create dictionary objects. So see, this is how we can create dictionary objects with key value pair. So here this 1, 2, these are just nothing but keys, and this strings what we are writing in double quotes, they will act as a value. We have created key value pair. D will be considered as a dictionary of this collection. You see, this is the dictionary collection. Here, as we have said, key can be of any type. It can be of fractional value also like this, or it can be of string value also. Means like data type of key can be any object. Value also can be any object. Can be even mix also. Just how you can see, two keys are in as a fractional number and one key is an integer. So that also possible. To try to print type of D, it will come as a dict. So dict is a class, and dictionary, every dictionary is an object of this class here. Okay, so we can create dictionary by calling this dict function also. To this function, we will pass one tuple. Okay, and this tuple will contain list, and this list is just nothing but key value here. So see, also possibility to create a dictionary. Okay, so what we have done here, calling this dict function, to this dict function we are passing one tuple, and this tuple contains 3 lists. Every list is just nothing but a key value pair collection. So this is also the way we can create dictionary. So these are various choice to create a dictionary. Next, we want to see how we can access individual element of a dictionary. Now in case of list, tuple, we have seen we can access it by providing index value. The only change what we have to make here in dictionary, we need to pass key of that particular key value pair, and you will get value in return here. Just check it out here. So this is a dictionary, and in square bracket we are passing key value, and in return we are getting value of that particular key. Okay. Otherwise, you can go with this get function also. To this get function also, you send key as a parameter, and in return you will get value. Just check it out here. Get dictionary easier way possible. This dictionary, and now you can access individual element like this D1. So D1 is a key, so it will return value of first key. If I say like this, it will return value of third key. If any key is not available, it will raise an error. Okay, same procedure we can implement by using this get method also. We get value of that respective key. Okay, so either by using subscript operator or by using get method, we can access individual key value, individual value of a respective key. Now see, in case of dictionary, dictionaries are mutable. Now we must understand difference between mutable and immutable. We have seen it various times. String is immutable, set is immutable, tuple is immutable. Okay, but dictionary is immutable like list. So we can add new elements, we can remove new elements, we can change values of existing element also. Okay. First, see how we can change the value of existing key. Means suppose now if you want to change the name of this value of this key, is 2xyz is a key value pair, we want to change it, so you can do it very easily. Just say d of 2 equal to new value, so you can change value like this here. Okay, so that's possible because dictionary is mutable one. We can even add new keys like also this new key value pair. See, here we are adding new key value pairs to existing list like this. This is possible in case of dictionary because dictionary is mutable one. You can add new items, you can change existing items, you can change the value of existing key also. So that's possible in case of dictionary because dictionaries are mutable. Next, we'll see some operations on dictionary. First, you can delete dictionary by using del keyword. You can delete a key value pair also by using del keyword. So possible, you can say del d of 4. So this key value pair will be deleted. And check it here. So this key value pair is removed from this particular collection here. If you want to completely remove your dictionary, you can say del d, it will completely remove this dictionary. Okay. Next, iteration. Now in case of iteration, you can do it in various ways. First and simple way, you can iterate by using for loop like this. When you are trying to traverse like this, t is representing your key value pair, so you can say t of t. This is the way you can get all values, and t is representing key of every key value pair. When you try to print only t, it will print all the keys, and if you say d of t, it will print value of every key here. Okay, so this is the easiest way to traverse. Now if you want to access both values in single terms, you can do like this also. See, in dictionary there is one method known as an atoms. By using this atoms method, you will get one key value pair collection. It's like atom is just nothing but one key value pair collection. So in this case, A will be considered as a key and B will be considered as a value. So we can access both things here and we'll print both A and B. You can see here, you can get key value pair here. Okay, so either you can traverse like this by calling this items function and accessing A, B separately like this, or otherwise you can traverse using simple loop like this also. In this case, t will act as a key and d of t will give you value. Okay, this is by default keys function, so you can even explicitly call this function also like this and you will get same result over here. Even if you want to only access values, there is even one method known as a values method. So in that case, t will act as a value. So understand, we are having three methods: keys method, values method, atoms method. Keys will return all keys, values will return all values, and values will atoms will give both keys and values. So we are having various choice to traverse this particular dictionary. Then membership operators, that is always there. We can always use it with collection. We can check whether key exists in dictionary like this, 1 in D or say 5 in D. So in that case it will return false. Same way we can go with not operator. Okay, so this in, not in, we already used with list, set, tuple. Now we can use it with dictionary also. Then we'll see some methods. Now see, some methods you already know, like atoms we have seen right now, keys we have seen right now, values we have seen right now. Okay, there is one method, clear. Clear, as its name suggests, will clear your dictionary. If you try to print it, it will be empty dictionary now. Okay. Next, copy. By using copy method, we can create new dictionary with same contents. Now, this is a shallow copy, so it will be completely new dictionary. D1 will be considered as a complete new dictionary. Get function, get method we have seen that returns See, this is how we can use this get method. Get method pass key, and in return you will get value. So that operation we can do it very easily by using subscript operator. So mostly we are not going with get method. Then there is one set method also to set value for a respective key. So we can use like this. Set default method is there. We can set default value for respective key here. So see here, you can add new key by using this method also. We are setting one default value for 4-number key, which is not existing, so it will add this key value pair to your existing collection here. Okay. Then another important method is len. Len method. That in fact len is not a method; it's a function. Okay, it's not in that did class. This method or this function we have seen from string is used to get the length of respective collection. Okay, we have seen it with string, we have seen it with list, set, tuple, and now it is with dictionary also. There is one update method by which we can update one dictionary by another dictionary. So suppose this is my first dictionary, this is my second dictionary, contains some new key value pair. So we can say d1 dot update d2. So this time your so these two elements of d2 will be added or updated to d1. So d1 will contain all these 5 key value pairs. Then we are having two important methods, pop and pop atom, by which we can remove elements from dictionary. Now dictionary is mutable, so we can add or remove. When you call pop method here, it will to pop method we have to pass key which we want to remove. So here when you say d1 dot pop2, it removes this particular element. Okay, now see this pop method in turn returns value of that respective element whose key we provide over here. Okay, so if you try to print your selection here, now 2 and xyz is removed from your collection. Okay, this pop returns this value of respective key and it removes this key value pair from collection. Okay. Now on the same line we are having one pop atom method. So in case of pop atom you don't have to pass anything. Pop atom will always remove last element of a collection here. So it will remove 3pqr. The run, see this method is removed, and difference between pop and pop atom is that pop method only returns you value, pop atom returns you key value pair here. Okay, so these are the two methods to remove elements from your dictionary. This is regarding with dictionary. It is same like a list. Only thing is that list is a collection of atoms which we can access by using index, but dictionary is a collection of key value pairs where value we can access by using keys.